Hi there! Well, today I am going to be doing the Guilty Pleasures tag, and I was tagged by the lovely Kim Smith, also known as Vino Lola on Instagram. Kim is so beautiful and so much fun, and I think she has a whole lot to offer, so I've really been enjoying her videos. Please do go check her channel out. I will link to that down below, and thank you so much, Kim, for tagging me, because I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So again, this is the Guilty Pleasures tag, and I have the questions printed out here in front of me. So the first question is, TV show you love but should not confess to. I would have to say probably the Real Housewives of New York. I used to love the Real Housewives shows, and then I really got away from them because I think they got kind of ridiculous and a little bit over the top. So I stopped watching all but Orange County. I think that was the only one I watched. But now that Bethany is back on the New York franchise, I am so excited. I love watching her, and I really think that it's going to add a lot of interesting twists and turns to the season. I think it's always interesting to see what she's up to since she's got a lot going on, and it's going to add an interesting new dynamic to the show. I like seeing Ramona and Luann back with Bethany since they all sort of started together, so I admit it, I love that show. Okay, the second question is food. You eat what? Well, there's a couple things that are probably considered kind of icky by most people that I love, and the first one is liverwurst. My husband wouldn't dare eat it, so I buy it at the deli and I just have them slice like 4 or 6 slices for myself so I can have a couple sandwiches just a couple days in a row, and then that's it. It's kind of rich. I don't like to eat a ton of it, but it is something that I do crave every once in a while. And then the other thing that I know my husband definitely would not eat this too, but I make it all for myself, is I really love that canned roast beef hash, the stuff that's sort of gelatinous and comes in the can, and you plop it out onto the skillet and it just comes out in one big glob. But I love to spread that out and get it really nice and crispy and make some eggs for myself, and I will have that as dinner a lot of times with some toast, and I absolutely love it. So probably a lot of preservatives in that and not very healthy, but I love both of them. Okay, number 3, music I love but others just cringe at. I would say probably classic country. I love this country gold show that they have on in the evening sometimes if I'm in the car. I love Merle Haggard and George Jones and Vern Gosdin and Willie Nelson, and the list goes on and on. I just love that old country, and I just love all those old sad songs, particularly if I'm in a good mood, which makes absolutely no sense, but I just love that music, and I never get tired of it. But it's funny, the other night I was out driving around running errands, and that country gold came on, and some of what they were considering country gold were songs that I grew up with in high school. So I thought that was really funny now what's being considered oldies, but I love it. It just takes me back. I just love hearing those songs. Okay, number 4, my guilty online habit. Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. It would have to be the Daily Mail. I fully admit it. I love that site. Sometimes I don't know why I look at it. Sometimes I really regret looking at it. They have some pretty outrageous stuff on there. But then other times I feel like they are the ones that update the most often and have the most information. I don't love everything that they feature on there, but I do admit that for a good healthy dose of gossip, that really is my go-to place. Okay, number 5, I love to wear but shouldn't. I would have to say yoga pants. Maybe not that I shouldn't wear them, but I probably shouldn't wear them as much as I do. I wear them for a lot of non-yoga related activities. So I have the regular pant version, sort of like boot cut, and I have the capri versions, and I wear them most days for going to the grocery store, cleaning up around my house, pretty much everything. So yeah, I should probably step outside of my comfort zone literally and get rid of the pants. Number 6, movie you love so much. Movie you should not love so much, but you do. I could not come up with anything for this. I'm not a big movie person. I just don't love movies. I don't really have a movie I could watch over and over again. I like shorter shows. It's harder for me to sit down for like a 2-hour event and really be interested. So I've loved a lot of movies, and there are a lot of movies that I want to see, but there isn't anything that I would watch over and over again. Once I've seen it, I'm done, and that's it. That's enough for me. Okay, number 7, funny habit people comment on. There were 2 that I came up with that I would say are probably the stand out the most about me. The first one is I am incredibly clumsy to the point where it's embarrassing. I've always been that way. I don't know what it is. I hit my elbows on things. I bang my knees on things. My shins are always bruised up because I've slammed my knees into something. I trip. I drop things in stores. I guess it's being really tall and long-limbed. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm pretty notoriously clumsy, and I've fallen downstairs in public and gotten laughed at, seriously. But I don't know what, I do the best I can, but maybe I have a high center of gravity. I don't know what it is, but I am incredibly clumsy. I would say the other thing that people just find shocking about me for some reason is that I don't like fruit. And I know that sounds crazy, and anytime I tell somebody I don't like fruit, they'll start immediately, not even watermelon, not even strawberries, not even peaches, and the list goes on. I'm like, no, 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 no. I just don't. I don't like tangy or tart. I guess tart is a really big thing with me, or sour, and fruit just hits that zone on my palate. I don't like it. I don't like the texture of it. I can get through smoothies. Sometimes I will crave a smoothie a little bit, but to sit down and eat a piece of fruit literally makes me gag. And I know that's weird, and I wish it wasn't that way. I have tried over the years, as I've gotten older and your taste change, I've tried fruit again. Well, let me just have an apple or a banana, and I just can't. I just don't like it. So I don't eat apple pie. I don't eat any of that. And I know it's so bizarre, but it's true. Final question is, makeup look that you love but is just so wrong. I couldn't really think of an answer to this, so I sort of flipped it around and said makeup look that I just don't love, and that's probably so wrong. And that would be a bright red lip. I know that that's probably, I'm in the minority with this, but I just don't care for a bright red lip. I don't love it on myself, and I really don't love it when I see it on other people, although I will say some people can really pull it off and it looks sort of sophisticated and stunning, but for the most part, I just don't really enjoy that look, and I'm not really sure why. I like a berry lip, I like a bold lip, but for some reason, the bright red, and when I say that, I'm thinking like Gwen Stefani or Christina Aguilera with that really bright MAC ruby woo kind of color. I just don't care for that. It doesn't appeal to me for some reason. But I'm sure that I probably wear a lot of makeup that other people would say is so wrong too. I tend to be very safe and neutral and stay, with sort of safe colors and things like that. So that's probably just not my preference. But yeah, that's just one thing that I've never really been able to get into. So that is it. Those are all the questions. So this was sort of just a short, fun, and sweet tag. And again, Kim, thank you so much for tagging me. This was a lot of fun, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to get to it. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.